So the verdict is in from Digital Foundry. The GTA Trilogy remastered, the definitive horse chicken edition. Birds. Excuse me. It's an absolute mess. He agrees. Right, Bird? Trilogy is crap. Let's get into it. Skip it up and that up. So I have been talking quite a bit about the GTA Trilogy, not simply because it's free real estate. It's also because it absolutely baffles me that one of the most highly regarded and highly profitable game publishers slash developers out there would take their three most classic games that even people who aren't fans of the games realize how iconic the 6th generation GTA Trilogy is, and just put out a piece of crap and bring out mobile ports to the newest consoles and the Switch. I guess you would call it a home console too, and just muddy up your name like this. You're just throwing literal crap at your name and your reputation, Rockstar. It's unbelievable. Now, there's some people that are enjoying it, and people are enjoying the jank, and they actually like the fact that it's broken, which, okay, bless your hearts, you're getting your money's worth out of it. But then there was the whole situation where the PC version was taken down, that even if you bought it already, you couldn't play the games that you bought on PC, and the Rockstar launcher was down for about 48 hours. Like, this was more anti-consumer in some ways than the whole thing that happened with Cyberpunk 2077, and that was a doozy. The Diablo Immortal thing, that was a doozy. Fallout 76, that was a doozy. But this, oh damn. Well, anyway, here are some of the summarized thoughts. I've watched the full video from Digital Foundry. I also have an article below to the video from Digital Foundry and the Polygon article I'm citing. I'm going to give you some highlights here, read it to you, and then we'll discuss. Well, first and foremost, Digital Foundry started off with that the GTA games are mobile ports. They're rebuilt mobile ports. So they already had a shaky foundation to begin with, and that's where a lot of these problems stem from. And they basically took what was already a turd that was polished and tried to add more polish and more shellac to that turd to make it the tiniest turd this bird ever did see. Look at the shine of the turd in my hand, bird. Do you see it? And then they go on to talk about how because they use the Unreal Engine and it comes from the mobile ports, that you kind of just see, even though some of it may be just the limitations were lifted from the PS2 era consoles or the 6th gen consoles, but it's not just that. There was an art style that was in those games on the Xbox and PS2 that kind of added that flair and that overall sense of GTA to the games, and that seems to have been taken out with these remasters because they're just using like generic Unreal assets, which kind of sucks. And beyond the fact that the assets in the GTA games look more generic and characters look absolutely ridiculous, what I find absolutely amazing is that there had to be a performance and fidelity mode for games that came out 16 to 20 plus years ago. But anyway, there had to be, and this is what and the analysis moves away from art and graphics into performance. Things go from bad to worse. In performance mode on the Series X, the remaster runs at a mostly consistent 60 FPS. Wow, I'm so shocked. A game from around 2 decades ago, or three games from around 2 decades ago, run at 60 FPS. But Digital Foundry says it ran into sections that dropped as low as 40 FPS. The game runs at a more consistent 30 FPS in fidelity mode, but Digital Foundry saw frame pacing issues. Their Techland got Dying Light to look and run good on the Nintendo Switch. I had a bunch of gameplay during my live stream. Sub to my live stream channel, link below in the description. RTU streams, top pin comment. Shameless plug, yes. But And that game looks like Googlefish. Shout out to one of my subs, Googlefish. He's like, yeah, it looks like it could be on. It looks like it's the Xbox One version, which for this console is very impressive. And that is a fairly open world, first person zombie action RPG game. How? For the love of, and it runs at a solid 30 FPS now. There's a couple dips here and there if stuff gets really crazy, but that port's incredible. How can these games, not even on the Switch, which is the most limited piece of hardware that the GTA Trilogy came to, how do these games not run at a solid 60 at least in fidelity mode on all of the 9th gen consoles besides the Switch? That shows you right there how lazy this board is. Like, I am not a software engineer. I am a armchair software engineer that could barely count to 10 on my fingers. But Dying Light, a game from 2015 that is way more graphically demanding and way more demanding on hardware, has a great port on the Switch, but a game from 2001 is barely playable, and some may argue not playable. One of these things is not like the other. One of these birds is not the same. Oh yeah, the older game should run no problem. It was a lazy half-assed port. And they go on to talk about how the Nintendo Switch version, the resolution is horrible, the frame rate is horrible. It is, like I just said, an inexcusable port of the original classic GTA Trilogy. It's ass. It's laughably bad. And shame on Rockstar for greenlighting these piss poor ports that Grove Street pumped out there. Like, here's the thing. I'll end the video with this. I like making money, and I understand that corporations, the number one thing is their bottom line. That's why corporations exist. They can put whatever friendly facade they want on. A corporation is a financial money-making machine that is all it is there for. It is soulless. It has no morality, and I understand all that. But as a corporation, what I don't understand is how the corporations let the greed blindside them to make them realize they're going to miss money in the long term if they screw over customers by making a quick buck now. It's kind of like if I took a really shady sponsorship on this channel that I knew it was shady so I could make a quick buck, but my entire career would be ruined because people go, oh, wow, Rich is a moralist piece of crap. We're never going to trust him again. So my career would be ruined, but I made that quick buck. Like, I guess the only thing I could think of is that these guys who run the show there, the upper echelon with their insane contracts that they get golden parachutes when they leave, and if the share prices go up, they give themselves a payday. They give themselves a bonus. Like, so I'm sure some CEO suits out there are like, how can we make money this holiday season? Aha! Rush out ports immediately of the 3 GTA games that came out during the 6th generation of consoles. Get them GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas. Get those mobile ports, throw them on whatever current gen hardware is out there, and cha-ching. And if they own a bunch of shares of Take-Two and Rockstar, their share prices go up. They can make friggin' $20 million in a couple months, and they got their lottery ticket. They take their shares, they leave, unless there's something that they do that is not legal with the SEC, but generally they could skirt around it. They leave, even if they get fired or the shareholders tell them to leave the company, they usually have a golden parachute written into their contracts, and they float away on those with FU money, meaning they never have to work again if they don't want to, but they're in the club, man, so they'll get another job somewhere. That is what I think really happens, is that these people don't care about the people that are running the show right now at corporations like Rockstar and Take-Two. They don't actually care about the future of the company. They care about their future. And they're like, all right, man, if my share prices go up, I can make like $30 million in a couple months. All right, they fire me, so what? My great grandkids are never going to have to work a day in their life. It's how it is, man, and that's why this stuff keeps happening, because the people who are in charge now, they leave and walk off in the sunset with millions of dollars, and then the developers and the consumer gets screwed, and they don't have to care because they're set for the rest of their lives. That's how the world works, even outside of gaming. It's pretty sad, isn't it? This is Retro Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.